Hello, hello, VOD viewers. Hey, Macrat. Hope you're doing well. Have you had a chance to play any on the new patch? Okay. No perks. Mage and Scout. 17 speed is high. That's with no perks, right? Oh my god, no. Sigrun, is that this? Yeah, Sigrun? Is that, how do you say this? Sigrun? And there you go. So yeah, 20 base speed if you take all the perks, which is quite good. Oh, and combat start gain fast? Holy crap, she's so fast. So this is... That's wild. Yeah, she's... I mean, that gives her a lot of opportunities. Let's see. War Maiden. At the start of your turn, gain 1 powerful. With stanza 2, you gain 2 powerful. With stanza 3, you gain 3 powerful. Okay. That's pretty neat. What are these ones? Transform damage to electric. The next 4 attacks deal 4 damage. And apply 1 shock to all monsters. That seems pretty good. Phaeton, hey hey. Here, I guess let me actually... I'm gonna put in some perks here that, like, a lot of the time I will have. Which is the... like these ones. Just because I'm used to seeing resistance numbers, like, there, so... like, are on my characters. But probably none there. Hope you're doing well, Phaeton. Have you had a chance to play on the new patch yet? Okay, so... yeah, I think what I'll do... I'll wait a second for people to get into the stream, and then I will be first reviewing the new characters and the new... I think it's just the one... like, it's just Rush, right? Or Rust, right? Hey, Churchilly. Yeah, well, we'll see. I imagine I'll enjoy it. I think new characters always give something to play with. Yeah, I'm interested to see. I think, I love, where is it? Equalizer. This is like my favorite change in a long time. I think that, I think I just may not play on M9 because I think injuries being permanent is lame, and I think that's just boring, so... Yeah. This is all. I'm like, basically there are a couple of things I learned just in streaming the other day and chatting with people is like sort of Rust. I looked at that a little bit. Still very sort of confusing corruptor, but I looked at that, and then I also looked at the new madness levels. But that's basically it. I haven't looked at any of the cards or anything like that. But yeah, I just think this is really lame, so I'm just probably won't play on it. I'll probably do like madness. I guess what it would be 17 runs, like with everything else on, and on M8, because like I don't know, injuries disabled is just it's too much for me. I just hate I hate the idea of like getting into a run and having a character get a death door on like floor 3, and then the incentive to just be to restart because you're gonna have that death door in your deck the whole time. And it's like I get there's like an idea of like, okay, well it incentivizes like building a larger deck to compensate for injuries, but I think the fact that like especially death doors are just so insanely bad that it just is, it feels so awful to have one of these in your deck. So it's like you lose a card draw and an energy every time, and you're weak and vulnerable. It's crazy. Ooh, Trash Comp is streaming. Nice. Is he doing a run? So, okay. So I think I will just get into talking about the new characters. So we've got Sigrun, something like that. If somebody knows how to pronounce that, let me know. Let's take a look at her and see how she looks. He's on hands. Almost done. So the start of your turn, you gain a powerful. Okay, that's just like already pretty good. With powerful charges, it's like 2, maybe 3 powerful, depending on how you set her up. Probably 2 unless you get an item. Sigrun. Okay, that makes sense. Sigrun it is. So yeah, having just like a automatic source of powerful every turn, pretty good. And then like the powerful for stanza 2 and 3 is like, yeah, it'll happen, I'm sure. Transferring your damage to electric, and then your next attacks deal electric damage to all monsters and apply spark. Seems really nice. This is on attacks, so you can have spells and yeah, you can have any spells, songs, anything like that, dealing damage, even skills with her, I guess, too, with the scouts. And it will still yeah, you'll be able to keep this around, like have your damage transform forever, basically. And you can even have like an attack or 2 attacks in your deck and just play them occasionally, and you'll keep your lightning damage for a fair, like, because it has 4 charges, so it seems pretty good. This one is plus madness and plus lightning charges. The next 3 spells, draw a card and apply chill, lightning, and insane. Conch Juice, thank you for following. Glad to have you here. Yeah, I just got off work, so, well, I got off work and I had a few things to do, so, unfortunately, I don't know that I'm going to be able to get a full run in today. I will probably start a run and then see how far we get, but I'll be streaming a bunch over the weekend, so hopefully we are able to do some of that. Yeah, so this one, I mean, any card like this. And these are the like non-upgraded versions, so I guess I should look at the upgraded versions. Any card like this where it's like draws you cards when you play a thing are always like pretty good. So this one doesn't deal direct damage, which a lot of them do, but there's like a decent amount of buffs to put on the enemies, and this is without any. I don't have any perks added for anything down here, so these are all baseline. So you're adding like 5 spark, or if you have the perks, like 8 spark per spell, which is kind of cool. But Storm Channeler I like a lot. I imagine I'll be taking this more, but that's sort of just my initial thoughts. I think the one thing about oh, I guess well, you can't. I think you have to, right? Where is it? Rank? Yeah, you have to get them to level how much? 10? What's the fastest way to level people? But yeah, I think they made one of the changes they did in the with this DLC just for the full game is that they changed how transform damage works. So we can take a look at Shatter. So in the past, when you had things that increased Shatter's damage, so if you had the perk for Wet to increase cold damage, or you had Bless on yourself, it would increase, it would like basically double dip on those buffs. So Wet would be giving this 2 damage per stack, and Bless would be giving it like 1 or 2 damage per stack you have, because it's giving it to the deal 12 and the deal X. Now they've changed it so that basically any card where it has 2 damage types, that's added together, and then the damage is added on top of it later. And so you probably have, like, in the past, seen me play a lot of these cards like this. Like, some of my favorite cards are like Shatter. One of my favorite cards on Scouts has always, like, there's a couple of them, like even like Fan of Knives, when you transform your damage to like burn, and then this is dealing 2 hits, right? That's like amazing things. But the biggest one with like or a big one too, once you like on Gustav, when you eventually transform his damage to insane, and like Whispering Lies doesn't double proc. And then I know a lot of the time in runs, getting a damage transform to like turn your damage into burn or chill or whatever, and then having a Carnage, it's just the Carnage becomes like the best card in the game, because you have like 2 sides of fire doing extra. So that's all sort of trimmed down. Carnage is still very good if you're doing sharp stuff, because these are different damage types, and so it does get buffed from sharp on both sides of it. But yeah, so that's one thing to think about too, is like transforming your damage is not as good as it used to be, but I still think this will be very good, and I'll use it a lot. Okay, well, Scout Duality, this is the same as like the other multi-class characters. They nerfed all of these, it looks like. Yeah, I assume these are all nerfed, right? Yeah. So these are all only 3 times per turn. But it looks like they each have a talent to make it 4 times a turn. Yeah. So even with this being 3 times a turn, like basically 3 energy a turn is like sort of the a normal, like in line with the other characters. Like there's a bunch of characters where it's like 3 times per turn, or I guess Evelyn doesn't have that. She has it down here on this one for whatever reason. But yeah, all of the like 3 times per turn. So this sort of brings those the duality talents in line with those ones, for like 3 cost reduction basically. But yeah, this is going to be very good. You're going to take it a lot, right? Just being able to like mix Scout and Mage cards. I like these talents a lot. Like I love the deck building restriction of like I want to have an equal amount of cards of each class, or at least a varied enough amount of cards. It's probably not equal, right? But have a varied enough number of cards and energy costs so that you can take advantage of the dualities. I think it's a lot of fun. This one, Spellsinger, when you play a song card, put a fire, cold, or lightning random spell of the same cost +1 into your hand with 0 cost and vanish once a turn. That is really cool. I like this one a lot. That's a lot of fun. What are like the expensive songs, right? Like if you... being able to like play an Eternal Lullaby and then get like a 5-cost mage card is pretty awesome. Like Last Requiem, Neverending Story like becomes pretty sweet with that, because then you get to play it for like 7 or whatever and get a 7-cost spell on the other side. So that's pretty cool. I like that talent a lot. It will be difficult to compete with an energy talent though, especially like the high madness levels. So, but this one is sort of energy in a way, right? You're getting a free spell, so it's fun though. I like that. Let's see, Source Hammer, +3 spark charges for the next 3 attacks. Gain powerful. Put a Thunderbolt into your hand, and Thunderbolt is a 2 damage or 12 damage, 2 spark, 1 wet. Okay, so that's a new card. I assume this is just a new card. That's kind of cool though. That's a cool one. Just in general, I like Thunderbolt. Adding wet and spark at the same time is something that I feel like not enough cards did, and so I like that there's a new one. Odin's Wisdom. Gain the next 2 spells. Gain an energy, or gain 1 energy and gain Powerful and Bless. Increase the cost of all songs in your hand by 1 until discarded. What? A weird card. What is this upgraded? Wait. The next 2 spells gain 2 blast, 2 powerful, 1 energy. So I get what they're going for here. Like, hey, you can make your song more expensive to then play with your Spellsinger. But that is a weird way of going about it. I mean, you're equal on energy, so because you get an extra energy as long as you don't like cap yourself out or whatever. But wow, that's a strange card. Yeah. Thunderbolt is just straight up better than Electric Discharge. Is there... So this is like a... What is the... Is this rare? What are... I can't even remember rarity types. Cards, mage... I'm going to be going over all the cards, too? At some point during this? Okay, so this is a common, but... So yeah, I just like the rarity difference on those. Okay, I mean, interesting. I don't really know. I mean, this will give you, like, 6... You're going to have the Bless perk with this for sure. So, like, just getting 6 free Bless and some powerful. Not the worst card, but... Thor's Might seems pretty sweet, too, so... But then you have to have attacks in your deck, which, like... Who knows how good those are going to be, so... Yeah, interesting stuff. Gain a Spellsinger trait. Or gain the Spellsinger trait if you didn't have it. Then it can be activated twice per turn. And the base cost of the free spell given is increased by 2 with stanza 2 and 3 with stanza 3. That's cool. That's just fun. I love the... sort of ramping up. Like that's cool. Gives you sort of those big wins later on. But I do think that, like, let's see, what is this? +1 powerful on heroes, has +8 max charges. Okay. And Scout Duality can be activated 4 times. Okay, well this one's pretty insane. Did they change this powerful perk at all? Where are we here? No? Okay, so this is worse. Powerful on this hero increases maximum increases damage and healing down by 8% instead of 10% like it was before. Charges reduced by 2. Oh, maximum charges reduced by 2 and loses all charges at the end of turn. Okay, was it maximum charges reduced by 3 before? I don't actually know. Yeah, I'm really excited about this Fellslinger side. It looks like a lot of fun. Like, it has me excited. I think this side, like, is maybe better, right? Or at least the, like, duality in Valhalla, like, might be better, but this does seem really fun. The Ragnarok, though, like... Yeah, it is interesting that it gives you it if you don't have it, but... Because the other one's, like, it would give you it, and then, like, it would be better if you had taken the early one. But okay, so it's like you're getting the same amount of, if you max it out, you're getting the same amount, but it's harder to max it out. It takes more effort. So, because I mean, wait, is it? Let's see, maximum normal. So you're at 8. 8 times 8. So you're close. You're a little bit lower than before. But I guess, yeah, with this then having sort of giving extra max charges, I think she's going to be like, man, I think she's going to be like an insane support. Like, just looking at, like, having Scout Duality and having Valhalla, and then you're super fast because you can start at a really high speed, and then you have this to start with, which combat start you gain, the block is negligible, but like the fast, then like she's just always going to be first. Like you can basically she'll just always be first. And then you get to like have, oh man, she even starts with an Ode to War. What does this one do? Dispel, gain energy, and heal on self. That's pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, these are great. Starting with 2 Rains is good. Thunderbolts are a fine card. She seems pretty great. Yeah. AGA. I just finishing up looking over Sigrun. So... Oh, okay. Maybe I just read this wrong then. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. So, like, if you want to get the Spellsinger trait instead of Valhalla later, you could get it, or you can just get the upgraded version if you already have it. Okay, that makes sense. Hey, Mike and Ike. Yeah, long time no see. Yeah, Sigrun, like, seems pretty busted, like, right out of the gate. I don't know. I think she'll be very good. I think I think her damage side will be pretty good, too. Like, she's adding all this powerful to herself for free, and, like, she has some, I think, pretty good cards. Like, Thunderbolts just seem great. I mean, it is 2 costs, but oh my god, you can upgrade it to 1? That's bonkers. This card is so good now? I mean, I guess it's new, but this card is so good. And she starts with 4. Let's see, Charge Lance? Interesting. Huh. She's a better bard than Bernard. We wish it was the opposite. Yeah, I could definitely see that. I haven't looked at Bernard at all, so we'll see where it goes. But yeah, she seems insane. Definitely be playing her soonish. Let's see her skins. Oh, these are some pretty good skins. Okay, I'm gonna go let Toby out. He's whining. I'll be right back. Okay. I do love RNG, so I'm excited to get random spells from her. So, yeah, it does seem like she has some like quite good setups and builds. Yeah, Straw Hat on her. I mean, Straw Hat on anyone is pretty insane, but having it on the person who goes first in your team is very good. Yeah, she seems vested. Let's see. Hermit. Bernard. Oh, I didn't read her lore. Let's read her lore. The fishermen of the Sahti villages met Sigrun on a deserted island where a large crater appeared overnight. She had lost part of her memory and did not know how she had gotten there. Wow, she's an alien. Or like a fallen angel? I don't know. I guess she does have wings. Valkyrie style. The villagers believe her to be an angel from a civilization thought to live in the clouds and welcome Sigrun into their village. As thanks for for taking care of her, Sigrun decided to go on a journey to cleanse the Sahti coasts of fishmen and pirates. Pretty cool. Yeah, she seems great. Okay, next up. Wait, did they change Storm Javelin? This used to cost 3, right? I feel like this got buffed. Kind of cool, though. I like it. They did... Hey, Lucky. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. They did make Storm Javelin the character. The Storm Chandler. Look at her go. And then all her stuff adds lightning and wet. Bernard. So wait, this is with 2 speed perks? Okay, so he's just the slowest turtle there ever was. So his max starting speed is 11, which is quite slow. He is a random turtle with a cane, though, so that makes sense. His ability... Hey, Smooth as Felt. Hope you're doing well. So at the start of your turn, apply 1 poison and 1 rust to a random enemy. That seems, like, kind of weak. I guess I don't know how hard it is to stack or to apply rust normally, but because there are no like perks for it, you don't have any way of like starting off with extra perks, so you're basically just applying 1 rust. It is the same. Was it always 2 mana give 2 that are reduced by... Oh, wait, no, because it... Okay, no, they still cost 1, though. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Okay, so let me read Rust, because I read it before, but I don't totally remember what it is, and I guess for new people, too, taking a look at this. So we have Rust. Increases the effect of crack, poison, and slow by 50%. And reduces the effect of fast, sharp, and wet by 50%. Reducing the effect of wet by... It makes sense, the sharp and fast. The wet is strange, but okay. So it just like makes your wet worse, I guess. Strange. Increases wet by 50% rather than decreasing it. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so well that's Rust. Oh yeah, and it removes Reinforce. I think that removing Reinforce is actually kind of neat for certain comps. But I still don't know like how hard it is to apply. I guess like Oxidant is not that expensive, so it doesn't look like it's horrible to apply, but Yeah. Interesting. Oh, right. So, oh, wait. Did I look at her? Oh, yeah, I did look at her starting item. Okay. So his starting item is whenever he's damaged by others, below 40%, recover health and gain vitality. Okay, that's an okay item. It's not amazing. It, like, does a thing, but... Okay, so self, the next 4 flasks you use, for every enemy, or for every energy used, apply 3 poison, 2 wet, and 1 rust to a random enemy. Okay, so, like, there are a bunch of new flasks, so we have, like, Panacea is now a flask. This one, like, gives you some sort of a random flask in your hand. Wait, Vile Gas is a flask now, too? Oh, that's cool. He starts off with 2 uproots? Oh my gosh. That's pretty good. Wait, he starts off with 3 Vile Gases? What is this deck? My god. Yeah, reducing the wet part seems like very strange to me. Just like where that came from. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know really what that is doing there, but it's fine. Oh, I should read his lore before I get into his stuff. The hermit living in a shell at the bottom of the sea has his sleep disturbed by the arrival of adventurers seeking healing herbs for the local tribes. When the seabed and its inhabitants altered by the awakening of the Obelisk, Bernard decides it's time to go and embark on one last journey in search of the Philosopher's Stone in an attempt to prolong his already long life. It's pretty cool. I guess, like, also, I didn't really talk about it much with Sigrun, but, like, the fact that she has access to 2 card pools is absurdly busted and makes her much better than... or gives her a huge leg up on the normal cast. So, that's just, like, a caveat for this whole thing we're talking about. But, yeah, I do think that, like, the rest... Like, I don't know, did they think this wet was, like, too powerful? Like, I maybe? It just, like... Toxic Rains and stuff that he has in his starting deck and you can buy more of. It's like sort of like incentivizes you to like go in and use wet along with this. I mean, he's like applying wet all over the place, it looks like. So it is strange that then it like makes wet worse. So I don't know. Yeah, it is a strange mechanic, I will say. I will definitely agree. The fact that like I read through the whole thing and then just forgot to mention the whole, like, reinforce stops it being applied and then removes charges. Like, or yeah, it's like that sort of... Yeah, if you apply rust to something with reinforce, it gets rid of the reinforce, but then rust, it, like, dissipates. So, very, very strange. Let's take a look at the rest of his stuff, though. The next 4 flasks, the lowest hero heals 15% HP, applies some vitality and regen to them. That's pretty good. So it's 20%, 2 vitality, 2 regen. I mean, that's like a... we'll definitely take that at some point. And then this one, the next 4 flasks, it does that. We looked at that, so... Yeah, these are sort of hard to gauge. Like, I don't really know how good the flasks are. I mean, he does have these, which, like, seem pretty decent, but... Wait, it stays at the back of the curse queue? Is that just like... Is that unintentional? Or is that... Why is that? That's so strange. That seems like a bug, but I mean, is it intentional? It feels like it would say something if it did. Okay, well, interesting stuff. Corrosion plus 1 rust, so he does have a way to get add additional rust. At the end of your turn, apply 1 poison to all monsters for each wet charge on them, and apply 1 vulnerable for each rust charge on them. Okay, I'm gonna go let Toby in. He's asking to come in, so I'll be right back. Okay, so they like want you to use the rust or the wet to apply poison rather than like just go off with lightning or whatever. Which, okay, I mean, I don't. That's interesting. I taking this over healer duality though is obviously like, even if you have him and you're like going damage side, right? Like the healer duality just giving you 3 energy per turn is going to produce a lot more damage than corrosion, I assume. But if you have I guess if you're funneling energy into him, if he's like your focus, like you might be able to do something with it. +1 rust, I mean, and like applying vulnerable for each rust does make rust better, but that's like yet another thing to tack onto it. Increasing the effectiveness of crack by 50% is also super funny. Man, this what a what a wild thing. Yeah, so healer duality, even if you don't know, it's just if you play a healer card, reduce the highest cost scout card in your hand by 1 for the turn, and then if you play a scout card, reduce the highest cost healer card in your hand. And it's three times per turn. So basically 3 free energy a turn if you set up your deck right, which so it always goes after poison, so it is intentional. Okay. Oh, okay. I see. Yeah, because they're going to take poison at the beginning of their turn, and then they're going to lose their rust charge, and they want the poison to tick before they lose their rust charge. Yeah, the Valkyrie does not have a new status effect. Just a good old lightning damage, along with applying a bunch of wet. Okay, well, those are pretty interesting. I'll definitely try out corrosion and see how it feels, but I have not looked at the new weapons GA. I'm excited to. I have a list of the new the new stuff that I'm going to take a look at. Plus dark charges and plus wet charges. When you use a skill, deal 6 damage. Apply dark and wet to all monsters. What is this doing here? I'm so confused. That came out of like left field. Like, why are you suddenly now applying dark? I guess he has vial gases, which like are dark. I was not expecting this card to do this thing. I can see using it at some point. Like, I just played a bunch of dark comps and whatnot, and I think like I could definitely see using this, but I was just not expecting it. It deals a pretty good chunk of damage. Hitting everything for 10 dark damage like 4 times, not too bad. Oh yeah, I guess poison reducing dark resist makes sense with that. Okay. Yeah. Ancient Shell, all resistance is plus 25. +1 what is this? Buffer charges. The next 5 skills, all heroes gain shield, regen, and mitigate, but suffer rust. What? Okay. Giving characters mitigate is pretty good. Huh. Darktide is a Warhammer reference? Oh. I had no idea. I am in the ATO Discord. Yeah. I don't go there very often. Like, I basically just post when I am going to... Oh, you were talking to Smooth as Fell. Yes. I rarely check HO Discord, but... Ancient Shell's interesting. So wait, at the top level, it's giving shield, regen. I mean, this is like a pretty decent skill. Or a pretty decent thing. I don't know. I don't know how often I'll use this. These both are weird. I'm like, I don't know on those ones. This one, +2 poison, +1 rest, +1 vulnerable on monsters, has 8+ max charges. Okay, so you can stack up quite a lot of rest. Wait, does rest doesn't stack, I assume, right? Like it only sticks with whatever the highest amount placed on them is. Is there so like the most rest you're getting like is like 5 or something? 5, 6? Oh, it does stack. Okay. Okay, well if it stacks then, right, because it loses 1 per turn. Okay. I could see him like applying quite a lot of rest, right? Because like if you have the corrosion and you have Alkahest, is that this is like a eternal life kind of thing, right? Like I feel like I remember Alkahest from something. But yeah, +8 max vulnerable charges is pretty crazy. So that's kind of cool. And Philosopher's Stone, at the end of your turn, grant 2 bless, 2 vitality to all heroes, +1 for each rust charge on you. What? I love that. That's so cool. I like that a lot. Okay. I've changed my mind. Philosopher's Stone. That's so dumb, but I like it's so weird. But I love that you can just start resting yourself up and giving your team like a bunch of bless and vitality. That's crazy. That's so cool, actually. That's a ton of fun. Okay, it's getting a little bit warmer here, so we're taking the hood down. That is okay. This makes me like this makes me want to play him a lot more, and makes me sad that this is like that this mechanic is just at the very end of the run, right, where you get to do this. Oh, okay. Powerful dissolvent? Hey, Mr. Greenie. Universal solvent. Yeah. I was talking to some friends and somebody brought up Alkahest recently. And that was the first time I'd ever heard it, so. Okay. So this is sweet. I think these are kind of cool together, and I'm excited to try it. I do kind of want to play him just as like a damage dealer. Just like bring him and have him poison and rest up things and see how he does. Maybe have like some dark damage added in there with his vile gases. The fact that he starts with 3 vile gases, pretty cool. Oh wait, Oxidant in this mode, dark, X equals the wet on them. I mean, you wow, that's interesting. Yeah, he's as soon as you take this, like all of his little bottles and stuff just start breaking, and he's just covering himself in rust. He's rusting his own shell out. Okay, so this one is discover 3 Flask. Place 1 into your hand. Cost reduced by 1. Wait, what? Wait, what is the difference in these? Oh, okay. So the final level is just cost reduced by 1, and it's permanent. That's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, for sure. The poison reducing dark resist on him with him seems great. Yeah, really interesting character. I think he, like, just inherently, I think he's not as, like, just overtly crazy as Sigrun. But he has a lot of cool stuff going for him, and I'm excited to play him. But, like, I feel like Sigrun you can, like, sort of look at, and it's like, okay, well, this stuff just is all very good. Like, I sort of understand what's going on here more than I can just look at this and see, like, okay, well, like, right now, it's, like, very hard for me to gauge, like, how powerful Rust is, right? Like, how good is that? Like, how much damage is that actually going to deal with the increasing poison damage? And, like, that kind of stuff is a little bit harder for me to, like, nail down in my head, but he does seem sweet. I think Sigrun is OP. Yeah, I think Sigrun is going to be, like, crazy busted. I think the fact that she's super fast, has access to songs and spells and mage cards, like, I think she's going to be a pretty insane character to play with. And, like, I think Thunderbolt is, like, a crazy good card now. The fact that this, like, adds, like, once you take the perks, it's, like, 9 damage, or plus, well, like, plus 4 if you take all the lightning damage. So, like, 13 damage, 3 spark, wait, no, like, 5 spark, and, like, 2 wet for 1? It is random, but, like, who cares that? And then, like, Storm Channeler, just, yeah, you already have a way to transform your damage, so you can, like, take a wider variety of cards, and, yeah, it seems sweet. And then Spellslinger, or Spellsinger is just, like, really fun and interesting. I love getting random cards. Oh, yeah, her resistances are decent, too. You start with some block. Yeah, I could definitely see tanking with her. Yeah, no, she seems great. And, like, Bernard is, like, interesting, too. Just in, like, a way that, like, I have to wrap my head around. So yeah, it'll be fun playing them. I'm going to take a look at the new items now. So we'll just go by alphabetical order. And so alchemy pots. Okay, so they nerfed it a little bit. Wait, did they nerf the other ones? No, these are still 3 times per turn. So Alchemy Pot, plus 2 all damage, 1 time a turn when you play a Flask, draw a card, apply wet and poison to all monsters. Okay, that is, I think, quite, like, this is much worse than the other ones, the book ones, that is. And I still think it's good. Well, okay, maybe not much worse. The fact that you draw a card is kind of big. I guess I haven't been taking that into account, but the other ones just, like, kill everything. So this one does seem worse than that. So, oh, I'm getting a phone call. Let me just check real quick. Okay, I will be right back. Oh, okay. Yeah, so the fact that it draws a card is pretty good. And then the applications will be good sometimes, but... Yeah, it is sort of... Like, not... I think they sort of saw how insane some of those those were, and maybe toned it down just a little bit. Okay, so then Cauldron is the next one. Whenever you play a flat... Wait, there's just 2 of these? Oh, this is just a worse version. So it's just a 1 random monster instead of all monsters, right? And it's only +1. Okay. I mean, yeah, I think I will use those when they come up, but they aren't something that I'm like right off the bat, like that's an item that I need to find out how to get. Oh wait, is this new? Well, this is new. It's not on my list though. It's weird. What a strange item. Kind of good though. Oh wait, did they just do it out of order? Weird. For whatever I pulled their list of new items and this one wasn't on it, so from their patch notes. Chaotic Spear is I mean I could see you using it at some point. It's kind of strange, but like anything that like sort of stacks on enough of that, like you might use, so here I'll just I'll go through. That one's old. Okay, Fork. +2 range damage, 1 time per turn when you play a food card. Recover 5 health. Gain. So it's just like a Yager item. I guess you could like get the fish, the fishing pet, and use this. Is it the only on-hit poison item? I don't actually know. And, I guess that is the only on-hit poison item. That's kind of crazy. I'm surprised by that. Wow. Exotic spices. +2 damage, all damage, which is good. 2 times a turn when you play a food card, a random hero gains Fury, Regen, and Vitality. Yeah, that seems good. I mean, I would take this... There are a lot of Yager runs I would take this on, but like... That's kind of funny. Is there a way to guarantee this item? Yeah, there's like a bunch of on-hit bleed items, right? Damage with bleed, damage with bleed, or bleed with damage, bleed with damage. These ones are 2. This one is 2. This one kind of is. Yeah. Very interesting. Yeah, that's the first poison one. If you can guarantee this, it looks like you can't because it doesn't have the image here. But I could see like making sure to grab this with Yager, but like outside of that, like maybe it comes up where you have like a healer who has a fishing rod or somebody, or maybe somebody just on your team has a fishing rod. But let's see what else. Jolly Roger. Plus all damage +2 when you play a melee attack. A random hero gains Inspire and Fury, and then you gain 2 Fury. That is very good. This looks like it comes from a boss too, so you can like guarantee this. This item, what? What is this item? Oh my god. That item is busted. I mean, you have to get corrupt it, but like I could very easily see taking a route where you get this on some melee character and then just take it to the blue act and corrupt it. Like, seems so crazy. Yeah. That is wild. Like, 2 Inspire for your whole team. Along with... I mean, putting Fury on your whole team is a little sketch. A tiny bit sketch. But... yeah, like, yeah, just having it with your tank with 2 bluffs or whatever. Or, like, a couple bluffs with, like, a Heiner. Pretty crazy. That item is insane. Like, even this version, just the random hero, but, like, the corrupted version is... oh my god. I will definitely be using that at some point. Mjolnir. Cool. +3 damage whenever you play a melee attack, draw a card, deal 7 damage, and apply 3 spark to a random enemy. Or a random monster. That is a very good card. It is even more busted with this. Wow, they really made some busted, corrupted versions of these items. Holy crap. +4 all damage. Whenever you play a melee card, draw a card 3 times a turn. Just murder the enemy team. This is another one. You could just go get this item, go to the blue act and corrupt it, and like you'll sweep through the rest of the run. It does require melee attacks, which I like. I mean, I like sort of some of the specifics, right? Like, it makes sense to Mjolnir to have it be a melee attack. Big hammer. All damage +1, combat start, gain fury, mitigate, insane, and slow. I mean, this... I'll take this for sure. At some point, I'll take that. I don't know how often I'll take it, but that will be taken. Mortar and Pestle, +3 poison charges. Every turn, gain a vitality. And increase the cost of the flask in your hand by 1 until discarded. An interesting item. That's a lot of poison charges. Just saying. I don't know. Don't know where that's gonna be, but that's a lot of poison charges. No guaranteed location for exotic spices. Oh, thanks for checking. Oh yeah, yeah. I'll show their skins. I looked at Sigrun, but I didn't actually look at the Bernard one, so yeah, I'll do that. Okay, so Mjolnir comes from this octopus-looking boss, I guess. And then the tentacle also comes from that. So blunt damage, cold damage, dark damage, all +2, plus dark charges, plus wet charges. Every 2 turns, put an ink shot into your hand. And that does... what? Cold, dark, apply a bunch. That's quite good. +2, every 2 turns, put an corrupted ink shot into your hand. Okay. I mean, this is like okay. I will probably take that if I'm like going through here in Act 1, but it's not like an item that I'm it's an interesting item. I could definitely see like Bernard having this or something and just like chilling with it as a support. Rusty Hook, all damage +1, plus poison charges, immune to disarm. Every turn, apply some rust and poison to the enemies. Okay, I mean that's a decent card. There's now Salt. Ooh, I like that. I like good random equipment. Why did they, in the patch notes, they said that they had added, like 6 new weapons. There's like a, did way more than that, right? Like 6 new items? I don't know, maybe I misread the patch notes. Wine bottle plus blunt damage, that's funny. Whenever you play a skill... Oh, so there are 6 new items that were just free for everyone. I see. Okay, that makes sense. So wine bottle plus blunt damage whenever you play a skill, gain fury and insane. The fury and insane stuff, in general, is probably going to be okay. This is a weapon, though, so it's like you're not going to take this very far. And then Unholy Hammer, I just haven't picked up yet, so... 41 new items total. Okay, cool. Corsair Hat, Combat Start, gain Fury and Sharp. That item is great. Yeah, that item's really good. On like and it has resistance too, which makes is a pretty big deal. God, I was hoping they would buff this. I feel like this item needs to be buffed. I was hoping they would, but... Diving Helmet, plus 17% resist, immune to wet, every 2 turns, apply wet to all monsters. Yeah, I mean, this is good. I'll take it when I'm there. If I have, like, any wet comp, it's, like, pretty good. And if you're going through this area, I assume there's a number of, like, wet synergies and stuff that you probably have on your team. But yeah, having it happen every turn is pretty crazy. A very good corruption upgrade. Pearl belt now. So I assume you get pearl in the islands, and then you can turn it in up here. Plus 3 shield charges. When you play a defense, all heroes gain shield and courage. I mean, this is like a crazy Otis item. For sure. And it's got like pretty decent resist on it. Like 14% isn't like amazing, but it's definitely better than nothing. I'll definitely... I could see maybe coming up here is like kind of hard though. So I don't know how often I'll do that, but it's kind of nice. Pirate Hat, great item every turn, getting Fury. I mean, there's so many Fury items that like I will probably be bringing Fury charges on my carry more often. Just because there's like more ways to apply it, and yeah, interesting. And so it's like, I guess a lot of these you have to go through this act, but this is a guaranteed one from the boss. I assume this guy's the boss, but maybe you can only go like one direction, right? Most acts have like sort of choice of which boss do you want to face. Or I guess do they? I guess some do, not all. The pirate grog weapon. It's over here. Oh, it's... yeah, +1 all damage. You start with Fury and mitigate. And are slowed and insane at the beginning of combat. So, like, I can see sometimes taking this, but it's kind of a toss-up. Being slowed is kind of rough, so... It would have to be, like, the right comp for that to work out. But yeah, the fact that this is like an auto drop and you just get like Fury every turn on a chest piece that gives 10% resist and vitality, kind of crazy. Like this seems very good. The rudder. Why is it a... No. When you apply slow, gain 3 block. 4 times a turn. I mean, that makes, like, Magnus's Howls, like, turn into... like, 60 block? How much? Really quick, wait. Wait, no, I need to... So how much... 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 9. So it's 12 block. So, yeah, like, that makes the first Howl you play block for 48, which is pretty sweet. Oh, and yeah, it's synergizes with Wolfie, too. Wow. Yeah, so you can have, like, Wolfie, you can have, like, any Howl in a or in a deck. You could have, Corrupted Asmodee. This item seems kind of nice. Oh, Rusty Boots. Oh, no, these are new. They apply rest. Gain fast and rest. Oh my gosh, these are the dream for our boy Bernard. Get him a little bit faster and apply rest to himself. Oh man, he's in for it. Oh, Rusty Armor change? That makes sense. Hey, buddy. You're fine. Wait, where is Rusty Armor? Oh, it's over here. So it now applies rest to you. I still think this is good. Did they increase the amount it gives you in resistance? I will definitely still be taking Rusty Armor. That looks good. They did up the HP and resist. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Because, yeah, with 33% resist, like, it just means that, like, so often when you get hit, like, they're just not going to break your block. And then, like, when you... And, like, I always forget how resistance works with block. Whether it does or doesn't work. Either way, like, it just means that, like, when you actually get hit for the first time, you're taking a lot less damage in general. But I will be taking it sometimes. Oh, wait, it used to slow you. Does it still slow you? I wasn't actually looking. Oh, wait, maybe it didn't slow you. Maybe I'm thinking of a different one. It doesn't work with block. Yeah. That's, I am now remembering. But yeah, I think like in general, it's I'll still take it on certain characters. You don't want anyone who like is has extra vulnerable charges though. So, ooh, a bunch of rings down here. So a powerful and spark ring seems good. A rusty ring. I assume in the Bernard build, if you're doing the rest stuff, you like would want to come over to whatever this node is. And then healing done plus poison plus insane. That's a good one. Soul ring is one I just hadn't picked up from before, and same with topaz ring. Let's take a look here. Is clairvoyant scroll still busted? It is. Compass, first turn. Mark up, vulnerable, and taunt a random monster. I don't think I will take that very often. Taunting a random monster seems like it could get you into some trouble, but... Every 2 turns, add a cupcake to your hand. Every turn, add a cupcake to your hand. Well, that's an item, okay. And dessert? Also an item. So this is like this little, it's like a treat shop that's selling these things. Cupcakes and desserts. Yeah, you'll take these occasionally when you're there. Fishbone soup is at a different node. Put a fishbone into your hand every 2 turns. Interesting. I love that, like, adding wet, you're just, like, dumping the fishbone soup over them. A restaurant node, nice. No, Toby. No whining, okay? You've been out. You just want me to be petting you over on the bed right now. I'm sorry. I'll pet you here. Fish cage. When you play a skill, shuffle a carp into your deck. It's like delayed thing. Yeah, I mean, I'll take this for sure. Occasionally. It's not always, but that could be good on certain characters. Kraken sushi. Every 2 turns, add Kraken sushi into your hand. Ooh. So, grant vitality and... Oh, wow. That's like a pretty good buff. So, I imagine myself taking this fairly often if I'm there. Pancakes, more restaurant food. And a powder cask. Whenever you play a fire spell, deal 5 damage and apply 2 burn to all monsters. Wow, they just keep giving fire people all the goodies. This card is very good. Like, I don't know how often you're gonna have, like, an open accessory slot, but this one is great. Oh wait, there is a pet that removes taunt, right? Wait, is there? Wait, is there a new one that does that? What is the? Alright, I'll come back to pets because we'll do. We gotta have some order to this nonsense. Yeah, just +1 like Ember Storm every turn is great. Like that card seems very good. Also, a permanent one that you can pick up. A Sextant. We saw another item that was really good from this guy, so... put a Scry into your hand every turn. Plus Insane and plus Sight charges. I mean... Yeah, that's great. I would have definitely done this in the recent run I did with Nezlect, where I was doing sight damage. I mean, that seems great. Getting a free Scry every turn is awesome, too. A small chest. Weird. I assume that this is not in Madness levels, but... Like, they removed a bunch of the other items like this from the Madness levels, so... I assume this won't show up, but... Yeah. It would be kind of nice if it scried yourself. That would be kind of crazy. Spicy dish. Yeah, good. All of these ones from the, like, every 2 turns you get a food thing, they're all pretty good. Okay. So it's like a very specific locational one. I mean, this seems pretty good. I could see trying to get it just to go and grab that. Lightning Rune is not new. It's just one that I haven't gotten yet. This one is good though. Like, if you are running a lightning comp. I just have never been to this node and picked it up, so. In all my thousands of hours of playing this game, I've just never been there. Storm in a bottle. Shuffle 2 Thunderbolts into your deck with 0 cost and vanish on your first turn. That's okay. Use it sometimes, maybe not always. Tiny cannon. When you play a defense card, put a blast into your hand. Oh, cool. That's fun. I like that. +1, you play a defense card, add a blast into your hand. So it just gives you 5 health and a burn charge? Yeah. Kind of fun for a new kill. I know, Lucky Bee popped in. The legend. Water skin plus cold damage. When you play a spell, apply wet to a random monster. Yeah, I mean, you take that in any comp that cares about the wet. And that's it for those. Let's take a look at... Oh, Corey, I didn't even notice it was you who said that. Hey, Corey, hope you're doing well. I recently have been playing a bunch of Rivals of Aether. Well, recently, like a month ago, I played a bunch. And have been watching a bunch of Melee tournaments. Like catching up, because I had sort of not watched for a while, so... Caught up on all the interesting ones, and have been watching the recent stuff. It's been a bunch of fun. So Matey is +5 health. Okay, well, I guess we'll look at this one. Resist for slashing and lightning, and then it pecks people. Double hitting, like repeating with piercing damage is kind of nice. Mimi, I guess. +5 extra discounts in Magic Forge's altars and item shops. Okay. 10% for the corrupted version. And it gives you... Wow, Fortify and block. I would not have expected the chest to give you Fortify and block. But I guess that makes sense. Yeah, I'm excited to try out the Singularity mode. I'm excited to give it a whirl. It looks pretty cool. Okay, so those are the 2 new pets. Oh wait, yeah, Jelly's new. It just unlocked already. Every turn, cast Luminescence, Spark, and Sanctify, and you gain... Regen. Huh. Interesting. What is the upgraded? All monsters? Oh, man, upgraded version of this is so much better. Oh wait, no, this is on all monsters. Oh, okay. This is, like, cool. I'm, like, trying to find the intersection of a character who wants to bring Spark and who wants to bring, Sanctify, but there's definitely got to be one. The corrupted version of this is pretty insane. And then Inky is also new. Every turn, apply Wet, Poison, and Dark to a random monster. This looks like it was built for our buddy Bernard. And then the corrupted version is the Ink Shot, which is, yeah, chill, dark damage. Or cold damage, dark damage. 5 wet, poison, and dark. I mean, this is fine. It's not amazing, but I assume this doesn't cost very much, like Inky. But yeah, Jelly, like, applying Sanctify on everyone is kind of cool. A pretty neat pet. I do think Jelly is, like, probably the best of these pets if you can corrupt it. Hey. I don't know how often Mimi is gonna come up. I wonder how much Mimi costs to start. Wait, Inky costs a... How much does Inky cost? I feel like Inky shouldn't cost that anything. I thought Inky would be the same price as, like, Betty or Daily. Or maybe these guys, like the 300 ones. Inky is epic! I didn't even realize it was associated with their thing up here. That's kind of crazy. I think Inky should definitely not be epic. Feels maybe rare. I don't know. Or whatever this is. 700 for this is way too much. Yeah, Matey seems crazy. Hitting twice seems very good. I've thought about it a lot, like how Leonti is like. There were times where I like wanted a Leonti, but I'm like, Leonti just costs too much for what it does, and Matey just like is better at that thing. So where I just like have a character that's using Sharp, and I want to have a pet that then gets a bonus from that. It's always back monster too. I think if he was AoE, he for sure would be epic, yeah. Yeah, if this is AoE, then that's like, I think, very good and might be a little too good, but... Like, or, I mean, too good. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but... Okay. So I think that's all. Oh, I guess we have card changes and new cards to go over. I have a list, but I wonder how many of these are... Absorption. Okay, so this changed. Oh, it's just now a flask in addition to its other stuff. That's sort of whatever. There's gonna be a lot of those. Backstab. Increase the damage slightly on all versions. I don't see myself playing this very often, but maybe? I don't know. Requires stealth, wow. I don't imagine seeing myself play... I don't imagine myself playing that. Blue Lightning, decrease the damage to 16 from 18, and repeats from 7 to 6. Oh, increase the repeats from 7 to 6. Interesting. Ball Lightning's still cool. I'll use it. Blood for Blood got changed. It's all one word for some reason. Yellow version changed from front monster to front monster. Deals X damage, applies X bleed, works as your bleed. It's a weird change, but okay. Not really sure about that one, but... yellow version now scales from Vanish Pile and added Vanish. I honestly could not have told you what that card did before they changed it. I don't know that that changes much of how often I'm going to play it. So this version, you can only target heroes with now. That is kind of funny. No targeting enemies with your Fury. Captivating voice. White version is now common from uncommon. Slow reduced to 2 from 3. But it costs less. I mean, this card is okay. I could see using it sometimes. I don't know how often that would be, but it starts in what's-her-name's deck, so I could see just like using it there. Corrupted Blade, increase the damage and charges, and then change the yellow version to apply rust instead of decay. Okay. Kind of interesting. I don't know why this needs to burn, but... Oh, yeah, rest yourself to deal with Monty. That's kind of fun. So, Dawn Light. The yellow version changed to work with cards on your draw pile from your hand, instead of your hand. I mean, that's kind of funny. I like this. I like this version more. I think it's like maybe worse for like OTK stuff, but like it is funny. I don't think so. Smooth as felt. Okay, Dark Concoction. Oh, let's see. So what did this... Added the Flask tag, changed upgrades to rare from Epic, changed yellow version to work with self-rest. Okay, well, yeah, this should not have been Epic, so I like that it's rare now. I mean, that's a cool card, this yellow version. That's pretty neat. Yeah, I think in general I've been fine with their DLC stuff, but I know it's a bigger investment for people who like. I think part of the trouble is like playing, especially like coming in fresh, and then like having to decide, okay, well, do I want to get DLCs and that kind of stuff? I think the DLCs do end up making it a little bit harder to get into the game because it's like you do end up having to sort of, yeah, like the investment is like all right now when you're starting instead of like I've added these over the course of like 3 years now, so. Blue version added Vanish, but now triples Dark. Okay, so you can't have a Deep Darkness stay in your deck anymore, which is kind of sad, because I did like this card, but tripling Dark is cool, so, yeah. It's kind of interesting, but... And... Desperate Prayer. They increase the healing a bit. So this now removes Paralyze. It's kind of cool. And the... Yeah, I mean, I like that there's a way to dispel Paralyze. It's kind of neat. Don't know how often it's going to line up, but... So this is now a Flask. Wait, you can't have Detoxify stay in your deck anymore? What? And the upgrades are uncommon? Poor Detoxify. It's been my steady, like, friend for so long. Dilute is the same way. Wow, getting rid of poison on your team is like much harder now. Oh wait, did they buff Devastate? Increase the damage a bit and added gain 1 Fury to all versions. Increased repeat up to 5 from 4. Devastate is, I think, decent now. It's actually like a mythic card that I would take, I think, sometimes, instead of being a mythic card that I basically never took. So, large improvement to that one. Dilute, got the Flask tag. I'm not even going to look at that. Electrocute. Increased damage, specifically on the blue version. Huh, okay. It's like slightly better, sure. Endless Abyss, increase the damage a bit, sure. Energizing Serenade. We have over here as a scout card. The yellow version added an overcharge to it. I can't imagine I'd be overcharging this very often, but I do like that there's an overcharge for what's her name to use so that she can get a big like 10 cost spell off of it. It's kind of fun. Too many nerfs. Corridon says, yeah, I'm not entirely sure why some of these cards were nerfed, but I think the game is plenty hard already, but I do think, like, the Detox nerf is an interesting one. I don't know how I feel about it until I play without having a permanent Detox in my deck. So, it's kind of weird, though. The blue version increases the dark charges on this, and the yellow version has a higher multiplier. So it's 7 from 6. I wish this were a lower rarity card. I think it's like got an interesting thing going, but it's just like such a high rarity that you just don't see it until way late into the run, and at that point it's kind of whatever. Change courage charges for zeal charges and increase the vitality. Okay, I like that there's another way to get zeal. So that's cool. Nice change there. Gunshot now deals more damage, apparently. Sure. Nanukel's a little bit better. Ice Comet, Bin had shared on my Discord, so I saw this change already. I like this. I like this 9-cost one, where it puts a shatter into your hand with Vanish and deals like a bunch of damage. Pretty cool. Oh, I need to... Where is my... Oh, I need to move my chat real quick. 1 sec. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a cool one. I like this change. It just, like, makes the card interesting. Like, I don't know that I... Wait, they removed the... Oh. Bludgeoning. I'm not sure. Impale had its damage increased. I, like, never played that card, so that makes sense that that could get a buff. Inner Fire, blue version, changed to target hero from anyone. Okay. That's sort of a whatever change. I don't I wasn't interfiring my opponents very often, but... Increase the damage, specifically in the blue version. I still think this card is terrible, but it is better now, I guess. I will play it, because I think it's funny, but I don't think it's very good. Purging Reinforce. Okay, sure. Sort of a weird change, but it's there. I mean, I like those kind of changes. They're just like, I just like don't know what to really think about it. This one I also saw from the Discord. Did Ice Comet do like add blunt before? Yeah, I don't think there was bludgeon, like the blunt damage on either of those cards that I remember, but I honestly haven't played them that much, but did Ice Comet add crack or whatever it is? I mean, this blue version, or this 5-cost version actually looks pretty good. I could definitely see you playing this. So, never-ending story. Oh, right, Scout. Half blunt, half cold. Oh, okay. I never played the card, so I'm like, okay. Yeah, but like you still get 2 hits, right? Like it's, I don't know. I like the new Ice Comet. Before it like never interested me, and now I'm like interested in the card. So this one is 2-cost. So what did they do? Oh, okay. They just made this so you can repeat this less. I don't really know. That's sort of a strange change, but okay. I mean, I guess it's to do with what's her name, but like in her spell card, but like stuff sort of strange. Yeah. Yeah, so there's new neurotoxin. It's now a Flask skill instead of just a skill. I do find it very strange that, like... I feel like for short things like this, I feel like it should just say Flask and skill on this instead of, like, ... But I guess, like, they coded it once for stuff like, or I guess, like, yeah, ranged attack, and then things like over here where you have, like, cold, where you have, like, lightning spell, cold spell, fire spell. It does look a little weird there. But yeah, so let me take a look at neurotoxin again. So the versions... I think in the past, didn't one of these burn? You had to, like, have it upgraded so it didn't burn? Is that right, or no? Maybe I'm mistaken. You can overcharge it. This version is awesome. So, I love that stealth Thul's comp. And this now being able to overcharge, like you can basically only play 1 neurotoxin a turn. So being able to like amp it up, or I guess 2, but being able to like amp it up is really fun. So I think this change is pretty sweet. Yeah, old burn neurotoxin. I think like not burning is a huge part of this upgrade. And then I like this blue version because like you can just like have a giant stack of stealth and then blow up the world with your neurotoxin, which is cool. Yeah, pretty cool. And then yeah, having an AoE one is seems great too. So I think like neurotoxin seems very cool. I liked it before, and I'm gonna like it now. Panacea has the Flask tag. We won't take a look at that. That's fine. Penance. What? Wait, they nerfed Penance? Why did they? What? Oh, okay. I mean, sure. I think that seems fine. I don't. Then you have to provide 1 damage. I'm not really worried about that. It's still good. Poison Catalyst. Added the Flask tag. Sure. Pulverize over here. The yellow version increased crack to 2 from 1. Probably deserved it. That card could be better still, but it's okay. Ray of Hope. What did they do? Oh, this now just always burns? Why does this burn? I don't understand why this burns. That's wild to me. Okay, well, I mean, I guess that's that. I think this change is kind of weird. Revealing Flask. Added gain stanza 1. Okay. Well, that's a thing, I guess. I still don't know if I'm going to play that card. Hey, Diacosmos. Yeah, the new patch is out, so I am just now looking through all of the card changes and whatnot, so we'll be... yeah, so we're just taking a look at those. And then I'll probably do a run after this. I don't know how far I'll get. I do want to go into the new act, so... Revealing Flask... Oh, yeah, I already looked at this. It's fine. Oh, wait, did I... Oh, yeah, no, this is what I was trying to look up. Ruin Bolts. I think that statement is a bit extreme, Movie Stalker, but... I think in general, the changes have been, like, mostly fine, but... I do think that they balance for an audience that is different from the way I play and maybe my audience, so I don't really mind it though. So this now adds Rust, which is fine, sure. Removed apply mark and it now, so yeah, no longer applies mark, but it applies Rust, which that makes sense. Siphon Life. Is this the... What is, I like never played this card, so... what did they do? Increase the dark to 2 from 1. I think this card is, like, not great still, but it's okay. Now that like, the double hits don't happen, this is a better card, because it's not competing with, like, other mage cards that are just, like, way better. Terrorize. Blue and yellow versions are now epic from rare. Cost reduced by 1 on each. I am more likely to play like one of these if they gave it to me. I'm not going to be upgrading this ever, but like this at 3 cost is like is more doable than it at 4. So but yeah, I can't imagine ever upgrading this to epic. It's like that would cost so much. Yeah, balance team is like one person probably, along with beta testers or whatever. I don't know how much they take into consideration those comments, but I've never really done any of the beta testing stuff. So, toxic strike, increase the poison charges on the white and blue versions. Sure, that's a lot of poison. I could see taking that early if like you're in need, but not a huge thing. 1,000 needles. You can overcharge now. I don't think you could do this before. Kind of interesting, though. Vial gas is now a flask. Void crush has better scaling, which it needed, but it's still like kind of whatever. And then we have Yin-Yang bolts. Need to... Oh, Yin-Yang. Let's see, what did they change? Blue version increased scaling to 1.5. Yellow version reduced the cost. This is like more interesting now? Maybe? I don't know. Holy Smite. They like buffed Holy Smite randomly. Oh no, this is just for the QB. Wait, Dark QB now applies one Scourge? Oh, only the corrupted version though. Okay, well, I mean that's pretty good, but okay, I was gonna there are some new cards though. Let's take a look at those. Amplify increases aura charges by 30% and increases curse charges. It also dispels silence and disarm. I mean, dispelling silence and disarm is kind of nice. And the increasing aura charges by 50 is cool. I do think this is like costed pretty high. In part, like I guess I'm just thinking of like Yager's meats and stuff, and like comparing this to like a Yager meat. This costs 3. Like that's a ton. But it does have like silence and dispel. I don't know. I like this. Like there are definitely gonna be uses for it, but I do kind of like that you can supercharge your curses along with it, because I've played a couple of comps where I have enjoyed stacking like curses on myself, which is fun. There were about like 20 cards that were slightly adjusted, something like that, in the new patch Cosmos. Yeah, I guess the Amplify is like I'm looking down on Amplify just for the fact that like there's a broken mechanic over here, which maybe I should try to avoid a little bit. Like premium meat, just like it used to be when it first came out, it was 25%, but yeah, 20% like extra charges there, and so then I'm like looking at Amplify and being like, well, it's only 50, so that's like 2 meats for 3 energy. But yeah, no, I think like I do think it is like quite good. And then having the like silence and disarm dispel on top of it is cool. Charged Lunge. This is a new Lightning Scout card to go with our Lightning Scout Mage Lady. It chains... Yeah, this is fine. I mean, like, it's not amazing. Well, I guess, like, I don't know. You probably aren't going to play this all that often, just because, like, how often am I going to want, like, piercing damage in with my lightning character? Like, not that, like, until you then are transforming your damage, which he does have, but, like, yeah, it's sort of weird. Oh, block is also an aura? Okay. Yeah, that makes me like that even more. So, yeah, pretty cool. Why do warriors have compassion? It does seem... Maybe it's like only a Magnus card. Or maybe Heiner has a big heart too. I feel like these other ones. Look at her eyes. You think she has compassion? This guy definitely doesn't. What does this do? Other hero, grant X vitality equals half of your own vitality, but purge your vitality. Interesting. I don't know what to think of this card. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, I was expecting this to be split, or like split across all heroes. I was expecting that to like read that, and then I didn't, and I was like, what do I actually think of it without that? And I don't think it's that great, but... Evaporate. Deal X, or... What? This card... What the... I like this card a lot. I wish it didn't burn. Like, I wish there was a version of this that didn't burn. Because, like, I like it a lot, and I'd like to build a comp around that, but, like, having it burn just means you can't do that. Like, you can, but, like, it just, like, I don't know, it doesn't really work. I like the concept, though. I think it's kind of cool. So, yeah, please make this, like, not burn, because I think it's cool and I want to use it, but it's hard to use if it burns, so... Yeah, I think, like, new perks would have been great. I definitely would like new perks. Holy water... Like, why is this so much better than that last one? Like what? I'm so confused by that. I mean, I guess the burn does, like, it stacks a lot of burn, but then, like, there's the whole... If you have a team that's, like, trying to apply wet, then you have to be, like, very careful once you actually change it, because then you... It's like, if you're applying a lot of wet, then you probably have a lot of cards that apply wet, and then once you turn it into burn, you can no longer apply wet. Or else all that effort was, like, put to naught. And this one's just like, oh, we get a chunk damage off of wet, which is... yeah, I mean, it's good. I think I'll probably play this occasionally. It is 3 cost, though, so... I don't know. I don't know how often you're in a comp where it's, like, wet matters, and you have a character that can pay 3 for this, so... This is the new starter card for what's his name. I think, yeah, I'll definitely be playing that one since it's in his starting deck. Thorn Eater. Self-heal, X equals the target's... Oh, okay. kind of interesting. I don't expect I will play this very often. Yeah, that card seems kind of whatever. Thunderbolt's very good. We talked about that earlier with the new character. So, okay, well, that's all the new cards and stuff. Let's see, what time is it? It's like almost 11 for me. Who do I want to play? Sigrun, like, seems easy, and Bernard seems like maybe a little bit more intriguing to me. So I think let's try a run with Bernard and see how that goes. Actually, what time is it? It's like 10:58. Yeah, I actually think what I'll do is I think I'm just gonna call it now. I have to work in the morning and it's like getting pretty late, so I don't want to be up too late. But I do plan on running some doing some runs with the new characters over the weekend, so hopefully get in at least one run with each of them and maybe some more. So thanks for everyone who tuned in to just check out my thoughts and whatnot. And yeah, I think overall, hey Skevrox, thanks for following, appreciate it. And yeah, so I'll be back with more runs and whatnot soon. I'll probably try to do one like Friday night and then some on Saturday and Sunday, depending on how things work out. But yeah, let me know if you want to. You can join my Discord. And I'll let you guys know when I am actually streaming and whatnot, so you can tune in there, and I'll let you know when the actual plans are. You can also ask me questions, and if you have any really cool runs, you can share them there, and I'll take a look. And yeah, we'll see how things are going with the new stuff. I think overall, I am very interested in the new characters and whatnot. I think there's just like always like cool stuff that then goes on and cool comps that you can come up with any new character comes out, just because they get to interact with the whole rest of the cast, which is a lot of fun. So yeah, we'll see that and the new act. But yeah, well, I'll be back around.